are live. We're live, Casey.
We're live. We're live.
Welcome to the
intros.
Meltdown Show. Welcome.
Welcome.
Aggies win. Aggies win. And tonight, things are going to get ugly. Ugly. So ugly. It's going to be awesome.
Three
Welcome.
fingers ugly.
Welcome.
Let's
Victory
go.
Scotch, Casey.
Victory
right here.
Scotch.
And you know what? On a night like tonight, we bust out Lagavulin Distillers Edition. We ain't messing around.
Woo! I had some Balvenie American Oak. It is a fine pour. It is not Lagavulin, but it'll get the job done.
It will get the job done. Now listen, we can't go too hard because on nights like tonight,
excuse me,
that's going to call for some late night 24/7 Tex-Mex too. So, I have a feeling it might be extra late for us.
Are you driving? Because
yeah, I'm good.
To be honest, I had some. I had a few drinks prior to Victory Scotch, maybe just to keep me going throughout the game. So
yeah, well, I had to.
Not driving.
I had to drink a little bit of bourbon earlier just to keep it down here because things were getting pretty hairy there for a while. Man. Congrats to all of Texas A&M alumni, the 12th man, the football team, of course. Kyle Field was rocking, and A&M made some history tonight. Absolutely did. We're going to talk plenty about the game, but there were some huge milestones tonight. Jimbo Fisher, on his birthday, okay, took down Nick Saban, the first former Saban assistant.
Whose birthday was it? Wait, what? Did I miss that?
It's Jimbo Fisher's birthday.
It was Jimbo Fisher's birthday.
Yeah.
And he beat his ass while he was there. How many times did we hear about that before the game was over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did, didn't we?
You know what? That gives me inspiration for a tweet, and I'm sorry, but the show's just not going to flow that great tonight because
we're manning the Twitter handles.
Yeah. Man.
Hey, come one, come all. Get out there, hit up Twitter, have some fun.
Yeah.
Because your Aggies just took down the number one team in the country and winning 41-38 on a Seth Small field goal as time expired. And wow, what a way for a game to go. Man, this was the game that we all thought we were going to get for the last 8-9 months. This was the game that got talked about, and
this is why it was a CBS night game, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And why we were excited for that we would finally get them in our house at night and be able to let the 12th man bring it. And then for the last few weeks, you've just thought, doesn't even matter. But it mattered tonight. That was fantastic.
It did matter tonight. And, look, I'll start off right away. I had somebody hit me up with a text around halftime and said, oh, my gosh, are you going crazy? Are you losing your mind? And this is honestly what I replied with. I said, nothing about this surprises me except for one thing, and that's Zach Calzada. Zach Calzada showed up tonight at least for 60% of the game. Okay?
For 60% of the game. But
yes.
And I even I think I tweeted it. Excuse me. Someone's asking like what the hell's going on, and it's like, look, if you were listening to our show, we told you last week that there were some really good signs against Mississippi State about this offensive line. And I told a friend of mine last night, and really any Aggie friend of mine that would listen to my stupid opinions, that, hey, I think we actually will get some decent O-line play this week and might run the ball okay against Alabama. I was like, it's not going to matter because I didn't think we were going to get very good play from our quarterback. But what the hell?
Man, and look, we got to give some credit where credit is due too, because I did think early on Jimbo put him in a great spot and called a great game in the first half, and Zach was able to make some throws, and then we went through a really rough patch. start the third and half the fourth. But by God, when he got the last chance to do it, he did it. And that has got to be some sweet redemption for a kid who's just been through
He's been through
hell
hell. Been
and
through hell.
taking the brunt of the blame for the Aggies not being able to win those games. Justifiable criticism, right? So,
I'm
buddy,
muted. But yes, you're right.
enjoy the evening, Zach Calzada. Enjoy a long night out, man.
Hell yeah.
And I hope you get to go out and party with the 12th man. And he got out there this week and he passed out food to all those students standing in line. He faced the music, and man, I'm happy for the kid. I really, really am. Um, Gosh, man, I'll drink. I'm gonna a toast to Zach Calzada.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And I even think on some of our text messages, some asshole may have said that at some point in the third quarter that Zach might be regressing to the mean, but screw that guy. I don't know who that. Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm
It
sorry.
was it was
That's
you.
me.
Yeah,
Me.
it
I
was
was
you.
that asshole.
But you know
Yeah.
what? You were right.
Yeah. But hey, look, maybe as the season goes on, we regress to the mean less and less. Like that's how players evolve. That's how they get better as the season goes on when they are thrown into the fire in the middle of the season. So I don't know. Um,
I don't know, man. I
I
don't
don't know
know,
how much
but
we want to even talk about the nuts and bolts of this game. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Jameer Johnson went out pretty early. We had a lot of trainer in. That meant Kenyon Green moved out to left tackle. And I think that had something to do with the offense not clicking as well in the third quarter. But man, who the hell cares? They figured it
no, you're
out.
right. They really struggled from that point, and look, I'll give Alabama credit too. I thought they made some really nice adjustments in the second half because what they decided was we're going to stop your run game. We're going
Right.
to make Zach Calzada beat us, and I think
And they
like we
did.
already covered, it was the right move. It allowed them to get back in the
Oh,
football game,
yeah.
and boy, so many huge plays though, so many momentum shifts in that second half. Holy cow! The blocked punt for a touchdown that Alabama got. And then
Here
15
come.
seconds later, the fastest man in the world, as far as I'm concerned,
Is jogging from the 50-yard line into
yeah,
the end zone.
basically could have moonwalked uh, through that hole and down the sideline. Like, how fast can Devon Chain actually run? Do we know?
Nobody knows.
We don't know. Because he wasn't running full speed,
No, he
okay, and
was
he was still
jogging.
pulling away. Still pulling away.
It's crazy.
And oh man, that was just such a massive play. Had to have it. Had to have it. Had to get that momentum back and tell Bama, hey, we're not going anywhere.
Right.
We're not going to fold. Mm,
Man, look, I mean, okay. So I think if you're watching that game, we're all filled with this like looming sense of just like it's gonna
yes.
collapse eventually, right?
Yes.
It's not sustainable. And then they came out in the second half. Sure, we got to stop, and then we biffed that stop away immediately. It wasn't looking good. And then the blocked punt happened, and I think that probably let the air out of all the Aggies that were still holding out hope immediately, right? And then a chain immediately flips that momentum back in our favor, and from there you were like, and I'm imagining conversations in my head with like Texas fans or whatever, like, you guys never really thought you were going to win, did you? And me being like, well, not really, but until maybe when a chain did that.
Yes.
But I my mind is still blown by this game because Alabama took the lead. Like
They
I
did.
I still can't quite believe that. Like you had to think it was over when they took a full touchdown lead, right?
Yeah.
On
No,
on
absolutely.
a play where there was a very clear illegal procedure, and then just I mean
Man.
I I don't even know how much we
Oh.
want to go off on officiating tonight, but
Oh my God.
good God, it was so bad.
It
I
was
don't
bad.
know how the hell How the hell did that happen after Alabama, that team, took the lead with that guy at quarterback? That you would have thought every ounce of confidence he had in his body was gone after last week. I don't know how
Oh,
to process what happened
not
tonight.
not just that, Casey. Okay, his confidence had to have been pretty much shot just from the last couple of possessions. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy was
Right.
missing. He was
Yeah.
missing, and then when he finally made a throw, you know, the All American tight end didn't pull it down, and
Right.
whatever.
Yep.
Okay, look, 85 had a good game. He had a good game. That was
Eventually.
bad,
Well, started good,
and
ended good.
started good, ended good. So Zach Calzada had no reason, especially after going in the injury tent, which he did, of coming
Whoa.
back out and doing anything, and he did. I, that was unbelievable for him to be able to go pull off not just throws. Hang on, folks. Okay, there are a few of you watching. Thank you.
Are there? Okay.
Okay, not just throws.
Give us some
Dude had a
context.
had a big run, huge first down.
Oh, on a I kept expecting his knee to just like shatter
Yeah,
while he's running. I was like, what?
just totally give out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and then look, the biggest throw of the night, um, one that I thought for a second had cost him his season. Uh, the corner post to Anias for the touchdown, a throw that he has missed several times.
Several times.
Now he hit one last week to 85 down close to the end zone, but
Yeah.
he's missed that throw a bunch. And we even commented on it. I commented on it earlier in the game. There was a huge, huge third down in which I believe it was Demond Demas on the left side ran a similar route, and but he got it. He got that one, and
Yeah.
Anias made the catch too. Because you're always worried that 5'2" Anias is not going to
Right.
get
Yeah. Well, because
that.
he didn't catch the other one down the sideline on the heave when
Yeah,
he's scrambling because he's 5'2" and it hit his finger and whatever. But yeah, and I don't know if I might take issue with that being the throw of the night because I
oh,
I mean it was a touchdown. It was the touchdown to tie it. So yeah, you're probably right. But after that, and after he goes in the medical tent, I almost think the throw was it a third down throw to Anias that really got
into
that
field goal
drive
range.
going in and into field goal range. I think maybe that one was bigger. The throw to Weidemeyer that caught us pass interference, which I have to say, bold play call by Jimbo to even throw the ball in that situation, right? Like they're selling out on the run. Let's take the risk. Let's try and catch them. Let's maybe get a touchdown, not rely on our kicker. And then I thought that was a really good throw. Uh, and we got the pass interference. I see my brother-in-law is telling me that Wademeyer sold the hell out of that pass interference call. Bullshit. That was as
Yeah,
easy as a pass
that's
interference call that
yeah,
you can make. I mean, the dude's 6'5". He's coming back for the ball. Like the ball is floating for a reason. He's throwing that ball
yeah,
high for a reason. Like that's pass interference, man. That ball was going to get to him.
yeah.
So
No, I look. I mean, the soccer ref at the 4-year-old soccer game this morning could have made that pass interference call. Okay,
oh man,
it
it
was
was
pretty blatant, and
yeah,
it was ironic that that play ever happened, considering how many other calls were blown
right.
earlier in the fourth quarter, especially. Uh, Welcome home, ladies.
Oh
Welcome to the
no.
post game show.
Oh,
Beat the hell out of Alabama. Whoop! All right. The
they
crowd
do
is growing.
not care.
Okay.
They
The
don't
party is
care.
just getting started here at the Meltdown underscore Dark Side house.
Oh, follow them on Twitter.
Yeah, you should follow them.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah. They've
Anyway,
got some interesting things going on. Anyway, yeah. Ags win. Offense did just enough to get it done tonight. Defense did just enough to get it done. Gave up some plays, which you're gonna do, right? You give up some points against
Yes,
freaking
to
Bama.
Alabama. Yes.
Yeah, but wow, what a defensive stand they made when to after we tied the game. After we tied it 38-all.
Yes.
Because you're
Yes.
sitting there going, they're going to go down and hit a field goal.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to go hit a field goal. That's all they need. They need a field goal to win. They'll get it. There's going to be some stupid call. It's Bryce Young and whatever, man. And they freaking stopped them. They got it done. I was shocked. I was honestly blown away by that defensive effort at the end. And they were gassed. Make no mistake. They played a ton of football in the second half because the offense wasn't going anywhere for most of it.
Uh-huh.
So, they made the plays, dude. And look, there were some errant throws. Let's not kid ourselves. There were some drop passes too. But you know
Yeah.
what? When you get pressure all night,
Exactly. And I know Bryce Young made a lot of great throws, under pressure, but the pressure was there and it was there constantly. It didn't quite get home all the time, but that stuff matters. It takes its toll over the course of 4 quarters. And, the 12th man, like all of that combined, yeah, there's some drops, whatever, but hey, that's football. That's why you try to get pressure all the time. It's just the way it goes. So
yeah. And you know
um,
what? I mean, Aggies got home early
yeah.
uh, several times in the first half, and one of the biggest frustrations in the game for me was watching our guys continue to put pressure, but Bama just resulted to just grabbing hold of dudes, just flat out grabbing hold of them on the edge, and got away with it. And I was, that was one of the things I was just losing my mind
Got
because
away with it on the offensive line. Got away with it in the wide receiver core. I
yes,
mean, as much as they wanted, they could yeah, whatever.
man, we got an incoming
God.
question on the chat, Casey.
Uh-huh.
A gentleman named Brendan Malloy is asking what was final time of possession.
I
Dear
saw that
Brendan,
question, and to
dear
that I
Brendan.
say, who cares? I'm sorry.
Well, I'll follow up with another statement. Dear Brendan, go find out your own stat and report it back in the chat.
Let me Google that for you.
We're kind of busy, man.
Yeah,
We're kind of busy.
we've got
Go do
victory
your own homework.
scotch. Yeah.
Oh, now he did follow up with some sack totals, so
Oh,
maybe he's trying to make up for it. We appreciate you, sir, on that
four
regard.
sacks. 4 sacks of Bryce Young to 0 of Zach
Man,
Calzada, which is pretty shocking to
Casey.
be honest, because Zach has been holding on to the ball a lot the last couple of weeks. So I
Yes.
don't know.
And honestly, I
Damn,
was
man.
waiting for that the whole time. I was waiting
Mm-hmm.
that the entire second half, even on the last possession, he's going to hold on to the ball too long. He's going to get sacked. It's going to kill us. But he didn't. Well, one,
No. In fact,
the
he held
offensive
on to the
line,
ball. Sorry.
the offensive line held those guys off.
Right. And when they didn't, I think he made the exact right decisions tonight on when to run and when not to run.
I think you're right. He
You know,
absolutely did.
sometimes you have
And
that night. I don't know.
hey, we should have a toast to Zach Calzada.
Another one?
Yes,
You have some catching up to do.
dude. Look, I had quite a bit of TX on the
Okay.
way through that second half. All right, but it is what it is. I got to
We're
get
not
nice and relaxed here. I'm just happy as a clown, dude.
we're not
What
leaving
a
till
great day.
10:30 tomorrow.
What a great day of college
What
football.
a great day in college
Wow.
football. I don't know. Do we want to go there yet?
Man,
Because
look, talk about low-hanging fruit,
yeah,
right?
let's give it
Low-hanging
some
fruit,
time.
dude.
We've got a
Let's give
lot
it
of
a little
time.
time
We've got
because
a lot of
I want
time.
to. I do want to tell the listeners something, and this is chaos, and I love it. I want to tell the listeners, both the ones who are
Listeners,
listen, dude, we got 11
very
concurrent
presumptuous.
viewers, bro. 11,
Okay.
that's a record. Hey, by the way, thank you to everybody out there who watched last week. It was by far and away our most watched video. You guys were so pissed after Mississippi State. that you stayed with us for like 15 minutes. Almost
Yeah.
all of you. That's incredible. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
God
All right. But here,
damn it,
I want
Brendan.
people to understand something. Okay. Yeah, Brendan, jeez, thank you. I'm not repeating that statistic. But I want the
Well,
fans and alumni
sorry.
to know something. Tonight at Kyle Field, you had the best collection of recruiting talent to ever step on our campus for a football game. Okay? The talent from all over the country that had planned to be at this football game was unbelievable. And look, we've had big weekends before, and it hasn't worked out.
And we have lost
Clemson,
all of them.
it seems like we lost them all, but we won this one, and Kyle Field was going absolutely bananas. And if you don't think that doesn't matter, you've lost your mind. That is going to pay off. And those guys, this is the kind of talent. Okay, we're talking 5 stars across the board that they're not going to make a decision tonight. Okay, they're not going to announce anything tonight or the next couple of weeks. But man, come December and January when they do make their decisions, tonight mattered.
They're going to
It was a
remember this.
They will remember it. They will remember that atmosphere. They even showed them early in the game when we went up 2 scores. There was a whole row of them with their phones out, just having a blast, videoing, panning around to the crowd, just loving every second of it. And you think Jimbo Kent can close on an 8-4 season? My God, dude, when you go take down something like this, that dude is going to do some work. Some work.
Which brings me back to the question we asked last week to all of the sky is falling Aggies out there, right?
Yes,
And to be fair, we both expected to lose this game. I think pretty much
we
every
did.
Aggie expected to lose this game, and we were not going to panic if we did.
No.
But I asked the question last week: would you like to trade places with Mississippi State
Oh,
after the friggin' idiots out there saying all of this $9.5 million a year to be no better than Mississippi State? You want to trade places with them right now?
no.
No,
No, I don't.
no,
I don't want to trade places with them. I don't want to trade places with Kentucky. I don't want to trade places with Florida, Clemson, Ohio State,
no.
any of them. Any of them. Okay?
Because
And
Jimbo
it
is
didn't
not
matter.
here to make us better than Mississippi State. Now, I understand your frustration. We should have won that game last week. Okay, but that's not why we hired him. We hired him to be better than this program, the program we played tonight. And that takes
Yes.
years of
Yes.
sustained recruiting success at a very high level, at a top 5 level. And
It
you're not going to
does.
get there if you don't do that.
It
I'm as
does,
surprised as
man.
anyone to have won this game, okay? But the reality
Yeah.
is, you hired that guy to do that. He is one of the best coaches in college football, and he proved it tonight. And regardless of what happens from here on out, because I think there's still some questions about Calzada and Haynes King and all of this. But regardless of what happens for the rest of the season, you have to believe at this point that this guy is special and that what he's building here is special. And the reason we gave him a 10-year contract 4 years ago and again a few weeks ago is because it takes time to get your program to the level of Alabama. And it's going to continue to take time. And we took a huge step towards that tonight. Like you said, the collection of talent in the stands that just witnessed what we all just witnessed is incredible. And the future is bright regardless. So whatever. Screw
Yes.
you, all of you, talking to me about not beating Mississippi State. Forget it. You want Mike Leach right now? No, you don't. Anyway,
No, you don't.
that's it.
And look, I sat and I watched Georgia today. I watched Georgia, who will be the number 1 team in the country come tomorrow afternoon.
Yes,
And you
they
know
will.
what? Kirby Smart is doing the exact same thing that Jimbo Fisher is doing, and he's a couple of
Exactly.
years ahead. He's a couple of years ahead.
He's
And
3 or
he's
4 years ahead.
3 or 4 years, and he's climbing that mountain.
Right.
Okay? And he's built it through recruiting. He's built it through putting all the resources and programs in place. And he's built it by not panicking when things go bad,
Right.
okay, and pulling the plug on who he is and what he does. And people, Jimbo Fisher is going to do the exact same thing. We sat here and we told you that a couple weeks ago. We told you that after every loss. All right. We said, don't panic. It's not about where this team with a new quarterback and two true freshmen on the line and two receivers down and a bunch of starters even on defense out. It's not about where they are right now in this Arkansas game. It's not about where they are in that Mississippi State game. Okay? It's about where that football team is going to be at the end of the year and into next year. All right. You had all the reason in the world to be hyped about a top five ranking going into the season or number six or whatever it was based on the guys that we had coming. Well, guess what? Got to week 2 and they weren't there. Okay. A lot of them weren't there. Don't panic. We said 3 things. Okay. Maybe 2. Get healthy, get better, get this football team to November and be the football team that you wanted to be. Right. They are getting there. They're going to get there. You know how I know they're going to get there? Because I know who the head football coach is, and he has a track record of doing it with every football team that he's had. Every
And he
single
just
one.
beat number 1 Alabama.
Yes. Yes.
What the hell? The first
Fire.
former Saban assistant to beat Nick Saban did
First
it
one.
with that offensive line and that quarterback. What the hell?
24 assistant versus Saban matchups. 0-24. Now 1-24. I'm so happy to see so many of you jumping on with us tonight. Welcome to the Meltdown postgame show. A&M beats number 1 Alabama 41-38. And yes, we're pretty deep into some victory scotch, and that's the way it should be, folks. Hope you're having fun out there tonight. Casey,
20 years. Get it to 20 years right now. 20 years, $10
20
million,
years,
$200 million.
$200 million. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna send in a check tonight.
Oh God.
Nah, probably not. Got a lot of tuition due for the spring
I will not
semester.
be sending a check. I'm planning addition.
That's right.
You're sending money to Duke.
You're gonna build a game room.
Oh, I got a game room.
You got a game room. You gotta get me one of those.
That's a joke for 3 people.
3 people.
But it doesn't
one of them in
matter
the chat.
we just beat Alabama. Yeah, at
That's
least
right.
one of them's in the chat.
Oh, man.
My wife might be watching right now. I hope not.
I hope nobody that we know is watching, to be honest. Welcome all of you who don't know us and have no say-so in my living, my whatever you want to call it, my livelihood. Now, we're keeping it real, folks. Having a fun time. I do want to comment on this. The scene at Kyle Field after the game was awesome. It was beautiful. Sawing them off. Looked like there was about 40,000 students on the field. It was fantastic.
Sorry, I just noticed that my wife is watching. She commented
Miss Meltdown. Miss Meltdown is here.
Mrs. Meltdown is here. So,
yes.
That's it. The show's over. You're doing the show solo now.
We've got several folks on tonight actually throwing some comments out. So, Will, thanks. Glad you stuck it out with the team. Congratulations, sir. Way to hang in there. Somebody laughing about the calls to fire Fisher 2 weeks ago. I don't think I ever saw any calls to fire Fisher. I did see a bunch of he needs an offensive coordinator. His offensive system is antiquated. Blah blah blah. No. Okay.
Hey,
he likes to fight it out in a phone booth. Let's go. You go. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, you turn it over to me, but you tweeted. Well, you picked up on something that Fisher said in his press conference this week.
Yeah.
That's very important. It's very important, not just tonight, but going forward and for all Aggies everywhere. Fisher said something in his press conference or the Rudy's whatever coach's show that this offense has an answer for everything.
Yes.
And that is 100% true. You go for it.
I will. So Jimbo did call that out, and look, the reason that he's saying that is because he knows that his quarterback was struggling with running the offense, and we saw that, man. You go back and look at the last two football games, and you can grab screenshot after screenshot of Calzada struggling to make the right throw or just throw the ball, period, to open guys. There's options there. There are throws to be made in his line of sight. And he wasn't pulling the trigger, or even worse, was pulling the trigger to the wrong guy. And I think Fisher was really frustrated. We've seen this before. We saw it with Mond as he was growing. This is a tough system to learn because there is an answer for everything that the defense throws at you if you're willing to stand in the pocket and make the read and make the throws. And so, look, and I mean, in some ways, he's saying, or he was addressing the criticism that this isn't an offense that can survive in the modern era of college football. And that is bull crap. It is an offense that is built to compete with the Alabamas and the Georgias of the world. Okay? It is not an offense designed to win 7 or 8 games by spreading it out and beating bad teams and every once in a while beating really good defenses on a bad day. That's
Would you
not
like
what
to
this
be
is.
Mississippi State? You want to be in Mississippi
Oh,
State?
no. Okay?
Please keep
This
going. I'm sorry.
offense,
I'm very drunk.
this offense is meant to operate at an efficient level. You fight it out in a phone booth and you hit the plays that the defense gives you. And tonight, look, that happened more than it's happened in the last couple of weeks. Okay? It still didn't happen at a high level. He's gonna he he took a step. Now, I don't know what the next step looks like, but I'm tired of the criticism because every time you go back and you watch the film, when the offense is put in the right formation at the line of scrimmage based on what the defense is giving you, there are plays to be made. They are there. Got to make them. And I think the criticism is invalid. Period. And I want to recognize one of the listeners tonight, self-declared FSU's fan, watched the dynasty from Bowden all the way up through Jimbo. Looks like this gentleman is a fan of Jimbo Fisher, so he's paying close attention to what's going on there. Those folks out there know. They know. They know what this thing's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because they ain't getting it now.
No.
Ain't getting it now. So
Did they
appreciate
win
you, sir.
today? Did they win? I'm assuming they won. Congratulations on
Uh,
getting to 2-4. I thought you might go 1-5, and Jesus,
yeah, that's pretty
Jesus.
big. That's pretty big time to get a couple of wins because it was not
Yeah.
looking good. Hey, Nick Foreman, thank you for calling out Spiller's cut on one of the runs. He was. We should talk about Isaiah Spiller. We've talked about him every week. He's our best player right now. He's our best player on offense, and tonight he was. Whew, he was awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got distracted by one of our friend Brendan's comments. Duke Silver on Texags called it. Don't know what the hell you're talking about, Brendan. Anyway, I know who
I
Duke
don't
Silver
either.
is, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Anyway,
Duke Silver was the guy on Texas defense who was on the field on the last play of the game when OU, needing 3 yards to set up the game-winning field goal, ran untouched into the end zone, 33 instead. That so that play just came up on my TV.
it was
And
beautiful.
that, Casey, in the business, that's we
That's
call that a
me.
nice segue. Okay, call that a segue because look, as an A&M
Business?
fan, as an A&M fan, okay, there are very, very rare days that occur when your arch rival spits the bit.
Hold on. No. Because I want to go back to, I don't know, let's say noon. Let's go back to noon today.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's had a lot to drink. Noon today. Noon
Let's go
Central?
back to noon today. Yeah, Central Time. I
Okay.
think most of the fan is in Central Time. So
I
let's
feel
go
like one of
back.
my tweets are about to get called out. Go for it.
Oh no.
Okay. Keep
Well,
rolling.
that's that's a good point, but yeah, let's bring that up. Let's go back to about noon today. And not only how were you Aggies feeling, when the Texas Longhorns were up 28-7 on Oklahoma.
Folks,
And
that's three
you
scores.
were waiting for 7 p.m. tonight, or maybe you weren't waiting. Maybe you were saying, I'm not sure I even want to watch that. Because I was kind of feeling that way a little bit. Let's go back. Texas is up 28-7. How do you feel? Do you feel like Texas is back? Do you feel like there's a huge momentum shift that's about to happen today?
We're gonna have
Because
all those
Texas
players
is
on campus,
all those
and this
players
is
are
what's
on
gonna
campus
happen.
are about to watch Alabama boat race us 7 hours from now as Texas is getting ready to boat race the Oklahoma Sooners.
And then it
Let's just
all fell
yeah,
apart.
just put yourself in that mindset of noon today, and then and then and then God breathed upon the Cotton Bowl,
Thank you,
and
Jesus. Thank you, football
magical things
Jesus.
happened. Magical things happened. Uh,
Beautiful.
it was beautiful. And you at least thought, "Oh my god, that was amazing." Let's bring up your tweet because your tweet stands regardless of what happened
It
at the
did.
Cotton Bowl.
I
At
agree with that.
your
I
tweet
agree with that.
stands. I because you said it, and I immediately looked and I pulled up the game to see what was happening, and I was like, "Man, that's right. Oklahoma somehow is still ranked sixth in the country according to ESPN. Based on what? Based on what Oklahoma's a they're not a bad football team, but
They ain't
they
great.
weren't a great football team. They weren't a top
They
10
ain't
football
even
team.
good.
Right. The teams they've beaten by not that much is not an impressive list. And look, I understand. Okay, fine. They were still undefeated. I would like to have been undefeated at noon today, right? I would like to have beaten Arkansas and Mississippi State and all of that. Point taken. But okay, A&M was unranked going in today. Oklahoma's ranked 6. So let's talk about whether or not they should have been ranked 6. They shouldn't have been. And you pointed that out on Twitter in a very succinct fashion. And oh my God, Texas was up 28-7 on that very mediocre football team.
Yes.
Or borderline top 25 football team, let's call it that, with Spencer Rattler at the helm. And they not only did they lose, like, all those Texas fans were sitting in the stands going, "Oh my God, this is amazing! We're about to boat race top 10 Oklahoma, number 6 Oklahoma. We're back. Sark is the guy. Sark's the guy that's going to get it done." And A and
They were
M's
so
about to
happy.
lose by 4 or 5 touchdowns tonight, right?
There were so many OU surrender cobras.
So many surrender cobras in the first quarter of that football game. And just the fact that Oklahoma made it close was amazing. That was the Sunday on my Saturday. And the fact that they won in the way that they won was the cherry on top. And nothing that happened tonight was going to make me not smile about that.
No, it couldn't. And
No.
every data point that has rolled in over the last couple of weeks points to the fact that OU sucks, and now Texas sucks even more.
So much
Okay?
more.
Yeah, because they gave up 300 plus rushing yards again for the second time this season. Okay? What are they going to do in this league? What are they going to do? They've got to be crapping themselves after today. And, let wow, it was beautiful. It was just absolutely beautiful. And so, listen, Aggies, 12th man, again, these days don't come along all that often because you saw Texas spit the bit, okay, and suffer an epic collapse. And then you're going, football Jesus, he doesn't let the light shine on A&M twice in one day, okay. And
Wow.
but you know what? It did, and
Hmm.
so hey, some fantastic comments coming in through the chat.
Fantastic.
Uh, these are great. Although here's one that I do disagree with. Okay,
I hope it's the
uh,
same one.
somebody pointed out that Hill, Allen, Knight, Mon never came close to playing like Zach did against Bama. No,
Mm,
false. Okay, Trevor Knight played all right against Alabama. I would actually argue.
yeah,
I think Kellen Mond um, played a hell of a football game against Alabama in his career at least once. I argue almost even twice.
yeah.
Didn't get a hell of a lot of help, but I will tell you, I would have tough one, tough. But damn, wow. Well,
Uh,
Abby, we're really sorry. Really sorry that it was such a rough day for you. There is a Texas fan who evidently is listening in the background as her Aggie husband is probably doing some sort of naked dance around the house. Sorry, Abby. It's going to be rough.
Abby,
Feel
let me
for
tell
you.
you something. He is 100% unsorry. He is the opposite of sorry,
It's true.
and so am
There's,
I.
yeah,
So look, I'm sorry, Nick. I I'm sorry that you married a Longhorn to our buddy Nick. She's all right. She is. She's okay for a
she
Longhorn.
is. She is
She's
okay.
cool. She's cool. I love you, Abby. But I
But, let's, hey, a toast to Abby's misery tonight. Okay? Cheers, Abby.
cheers.
Mm, because I did see some tweets today from
Oh,
Aggies
I bet you saw a
talking
lot of
about
tweets.
how they felt sorry for their Longhorn brethren. And you know what I felt? Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, I felt many
Nothing at all.
things, but
No.
sympathy was not one of those things. It was not even
No, no
close.
sympathy. Yeah.
Sympathy nor empathy, none of that.
I actually had a Longhorn fan invite me to that football game today. Okay. Good seats. Said I got an extra. Have you ever wanted to see it? I said, not only no, but hell no. The only thing I cheer for in the Red River rivalry is
A
E.
nuclear
coli in the
weapon.
nachos.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
There's diarrhea throughout the stadium. Okay. And stopped up plumbing. That's all I cheer for in that football game. Okay. And I'm sorry. What? Texas Aggies 41, Alabama 38.
Stop
Okay.
toasting, please.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
make it.
You got to sip, man. You just got to sip. Okay. Stop chugging
Well, well, that ship sailed 30
scotch.
minutes ago, and it's bad. It's
Look,
very
one of the
bad. But that's
greatest
okay.
memories I ever have of the post game show, and I don't even remember who we beat. Maybe you, no, actually, you don't remember. All right, is we're sitting there, we're actually doing this show in person. Casey's sitting right next to me, and at one point, I look over, and he's got a double. He's got a pretty decent double poured in his glass. Okay, and in one swig, that double is gone, and that show got rowdy. And in fact, he doesn't remember the second half of that show. Okay, I do, and I also remember the car ride home because somebody else had to drive him home.
Yeah, somebody had to drive me home.
Somebody who refuses to
Uh,
ever do that again.
no,
So that
that's
is
what
one of
she
the
went.
best.
She went to college all the way in North Carolina just to
Yeah, she had to get
avoid
away
such a
from.
thing.
She's so happy she's not in this house tonight. So happy. The rest of the ladies are not so
Uh,
lucky. They actually cleared out for the entire football game, which was smart.
oh,
I do have to mention something. I feel I don't know if I get credit for the fast start and also credit for the near collapse, but I made a conscious choice to not start this football game in front of the TV. I opted for the daughter's musical performance, and I went dark. And I didn't even wear A&M gear. I did everything I could to somehow channel some sort of mojo that did not involve me sitting in front of the TV. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say I did things different. Okay, so
priorities.
priorities. Yeah, I did sit in a parking lot, a not so great part of town, and caught up on the entire first half in my truck. So I felt like I made some kind of sacrifice tonight. I never changed shirts. This thing was only put on after the game. Okay, I did my part, folks.
I'm
Wow,
sorry. We got some great comments from our
holy smokes, man! We even got
yeah,
FSU fans. Uh, three sheets to the wind
yeah,
out there. They're celebrating. They're riding.
yeah.
They're riding with us tonight. So
I won't
that's great.
repeat his comment. You hopefully you're
No,
following along, but I mean, let's just say um there are probably a lot of, let's say, mini meltdowns being created tonight.
they
Uh
just showed some highlights again. Oh, I'm
why
loving
don't I
this.
have a television in this room?
I don't know. It's because you don't have your game room yet. You need to get you a game room. Someday we'll tell that story.
They will
Probably
tell
not.
that story. Well, a teaser. The story relates to that right there. Those little signs, you can see those.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Directly relates,
Anyway,
but
folks, you're out in the chat. What do you want us to talk about? Huh? What shall we cover? The rest of, shall we talk about Gary Danielson? Danielson?
oh, Gary, Gary. You
You
know
know
what?
what?
You know what?
Listen, let me. Okay, Gary Danielson takes a lot of crap from the 12th man, from A&M alumni. Okay, uh, but Gary Danielson absolutely loathed what A&M was under Kevin Sumlin. He did, and
Yes,
he
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 did.
said as much this week. He
Yeah.
said just didn't believe in it, didn't believe in what it was, and a lot of criticism during those football games. Um, Now he's still annoying, right?
Yes.
He's annoying, but
Yep.
he has altered the way that he speaks about A&M under Jimbo Fisher. Because he knows that A&M is now got a coach that is going to do what the Kirby Smarts and the Jimbo Fish or the Nick Sabans of the world are going to do. So still annoying, sir, but tolerable. Tolerable. Mm. We have a
uh,
specific request to talk about the rise and fall of communism in the late 19th century. Okay.
given the house that commenter lives in, you know, I'm not surprised by that suggestion. Anything but football right now.
Well,
Uh,
and plus, is communism really dead in Austin, Texas? I don't know. Seems like it's alive and well in the 40 acres these days. Plus, if we really
oh,
want to, oh boy, things are getting ugly on the chat, guys.
what the
Oh,
hell is delay of game on defense? And we briefly mentioned
it's a made-up penalty.
the bullshit that was happening on behalf of SEC officiating tonight. Although I have to say, I'll give them credit for overturning two targeting penalties that went both ways. That I think,
Yeah,
taking
kinda.
off my maroon colored glasses, yeah, I think the one on Damani that got overturned 100%. The other one more so helmet to helmet. Well, whatever. But the two disconcerting signals penalties on the defense. The thing that shocked me about those was that they occurred at the second and third level of the defense, which I have never seen
Yes,
before. I've
correct.
seen it on the defensive line. It's a very gray area kind of penalty as far as what the defense is allowed to do, but that was bizarre as they
Well,
show highlights
not
on SEC.
yes, yes, and not only the second and third level, but on a night where Alabama was using a silent count. Okay.
And by the way, it's loud when we're on defense. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the offense had trouble communicating. They have a plan for that. And when the offense is when
Oh my.
Alabama's on the field and is having trouble communicating, our defense is on the field and has trouble communicating. And they have hand signals and ways to do that. I've never seen that called where a safety comes down and claps to talk to his guys and say, hey, we need to change the call. and you get a disconcerting signals call on that. That was
Yeah, it's
amazing.
garbage. Absolutely garbage. This is the back judge running all the way in.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
yeah.
Didn't make any sense. And there was a lot of that. There's a lot.
There's a lot of that.
Well, we beat
Doesn't matter
Alabama.
because we
We beat them.
beat Alabama. We beat Alabama as I watch SEC Now replay the kick
Oh,
return of Devon
yes.
Achane.
Fastest man in the world.
Fastest man in the world. It was gorgeous.
It
And you
was
know what? Let me talk
spectacular.
about Devon Achane for a minute because after a few weeks of watching him do his thing and be amazing and all of that, I have said on this show, even last year, saying, you know what? I watched Devon Achane's highlights from high school and said, okay, he looks a lot faster than everybody. The competition looks very much like whatever Arch Manning is playing against. We'll get there later.
Jesus.
Like, okay, he's really fast and nobody else is. He scores a lot of touchdowns. All right, that's cool. I'm very glad he's coming to Texas A&M, but I didn't expect him to maintain his average yards per carry that he averaged in high school, because that's just the way it goes when you go from high school to college and you're a great player. And somehow he has, but whatever. And a few weeks ago, I thought I need to go back and revisit those highlights and see what it is that I got wrong or what I missed. And I marveled at that guy's ability to throttle up and down at will, like it was nothing,
Yes.
confuse the hell out of defenders because he looks the same no matter how hard he's running. That's what stuck out to me is that
Yes.
you can't tell when he's throttling it up and down on the speed. And
And
so
has
he was,
incredible balance within that
yeah,
throttle.
right. It doesn't make any sense. And we saw it tonight where he never even really hit top speed. I can't tell you how many times on that highlight reel of him in high school he jogged in from like the 25-yard line,
Yes.
which is ridiculous because the guy has this incredible knack to, like, he's just going to run as fast as he needs to run. And he has this great sense of when there's nobody around, like, you can't teach what he does. You can't teach a guy to throttle up and down the way he does, not just when he's alone and he's going to walk 25 yards into the end zone, but when there are three guys converging on him. And in the moment, in the split second, you have to slow down a little bit and then recognize that they've changed their angle. And now if you speed up, they're toast and you run right through three guys and you're gone for a touchdown. He did that over and over and over again in his highlights. And he, tonight, it blew my mind that he's on his own 45-yard line and Jalen Preston is already signaling that he's gone. Like, that doesn't happen on kickoff returns. I hope you guys realize that in this day and age. That doesn't happen.
There's always some
That
kicker with an angle or
there's always some
something,
kicker
man.
in an angle that's gonna, like, he's gonna make you work
Nah.
for it all the way to like the 20-yard line, and no, the 45-yard line, he's gone. And from the
Bye-bye.
25-yard line, he's coasting.
Yes.
That doesn't happen in college football.
Pulling away from Alabama
Alabama, we weren't
defenders.
playing New Mexico tonight.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness gracious! You know what? He looks digital. Okay, it looks like a video game when he's running with the football and doing it well, and it just doesn't make sense from a physical standpoint. Like, it doesn't. It messes with your mind.
Yeah.
Oh man, toast to Devon Chain. Yes. How you doing over there?
Well, I'm toasting for
Hmm,
water, if that tells you anything.
Talking about coasting
Not for water, with water.
with water. That's good, man, because we got an early start tomorrow. Okay, picking you up at 8:30. How about eight
Well,
thirty? We'll make it.
whatever. Remember,
We'll
I
be all
live
right.
with two alarm clocks that you can't
Yes,
hit the snooze button on. So
for reals. Oh, they're
two
still
under five
playing
in my house.
highlights.
They're still playing highlights. The highlights are still going.
Highlights,
Oh, who was
highlights,
that? Was that a
highlights,
chain? No,
highlights.
who was that caught that pass?
I think it was out
Just
chain.
now.
Yes,
Was it a chain?
down the between the seam and the boundary. I don't know. Did I use
I
that
don't
term
know.
correctly? I don't know
With
either.
He's double covered, but they're two trailing defenders. I have to give Zach a lot of props. That is an extremely hard throw to make, a hard read to make. Well, okay, it's not. I don't know how hard the throw is to make, but I have to. I made the comment live as it happened. Like, there are only a few guys in the NFL that throw that football. It's hard to do because guys want to see a clean picture. They want to see a maroon jersey in front of them and they want to throw to it. That's true in the NFL, and it's extremely true in college football to see, okay, wait, read the leverage. Those two defenders who are chasing that guy are behind the play. They have their backs turned, and that means he has the steps, and I can make that throw. A guy like Aaron Rodgers has made a multi-million-dollar career off of making throws like that. It's very, very annoying as a Cowboys fan. But that was amazing.
You know
We
what
had a
else
few
is
of those
amazing?
tonight. Shut up.
That we got a that we got a listener who evidently is making threats of violence against you on Facebook and is getting blocked by Facebook. All right, guess who it is? It's the communists. It's the communists. Okay, so things must be going spectacular this evening. Absolutely spectacular. Oh man, I need some food. I need some food to go on top of this Scotchy Scotch.
It's a great
Mm,
idea. I
better
don't know
eat
how we're going to make
something.
that happen. No, it's funny you
Yeah,
say that because, yeah, Abby's
I'm
mad
gonna
at me.
Uber
Abby's
the
mad at me.
mile to your house.
You get an Uber. You better show up with tacos.
Oh, gosh, there's Jack in a Box pretty close.
Oh. Actually, there's not.
Yeah, I know. As
You're
soon as I
you
said it,
as
I
soon as you
realized
said
it's
it, you're wrong.
closed.
Yeah, that Jack
Talk,
in the Box is now a Schlotsky's.
which is
So
also
that makes
closed.
that one shut down as
It
well.
also
Of
failed
course
too.
it did. Yeah, it failed.
We live in a
It
really
failed.
shoddy neighborhood that can't support fast food joints. So,
No,
ladies and
because
gentlemen,
it
look.
can't
No,
support those places. It's in a parking lot with a
the listener
Sprouts.
doesn't care,
Okay,
Casey. Listener doesn't care. And with that, I think we got to call it a night. Farmers fight, call it a night. Now, gotta go
what?
find some food. Whataburger. We can go get taquitos. Good call, Brendan. All right.
Well, who's are you picking me up?
Salute. You beat the hell
Solid.
out of Alabama.
Beat the hell out of Alabama. Horns down
Zach Calzada, GOAT for at least one throw at the end of the game. Party on, Zach.
on a bad knee.
Like no knee.
No
He
knee.
was on one leg,
He
peg
is.
leg,
Yeah, yeah,
and an eye patch. And he got it done.
and he did.
Zach Calzada.
Zach
Cheers.
Calzada. Good night, everybody. Bye,
Yes.
Addy.